y'all, my name is Alissa Amoré, and today we're going to be speaking about effective communication and how to build your networking skills. So today we're going to be speaking about the main factors that make people want to connect with you, that make people want to be around you, that make people want you on their team. So evidently there's two main things that people are looking for. Always, friendship, business, partnerships, these are the two things. Number one, can I trust you? Trust looks like if I need you, you will be there. If I say something to you, you are going to respond to me. I can trust you in confidence. I can trust you in big settings. That's number one. Number two is, can I rely on you? Reliability is huge, especially in today's day and age where people don't feel as obligated to show up anymore. They're kind of riding solo, and reliability is kind of an unknown trade nowadays. If you have reliability, you will stand out 100%. But you're probably like, Alissa, how do I communicate non-verbally that you can trust me and that you can rely on me? Very good question. It all starts with how you show up. So, this has taken me a lot of time to wrap my head around, but subconsciously, unconsciously, we decide if we trust someone or rely on someone in the first 2 seconds of meeting them. So, that being said, and you might be like, that's not true, that's not true. Think of a moment where you have just met somebody and you're like, I don't like this person. You might even back up a little bit and you're gonna say, I don't know what it is. They didn't say anything wrong, but I just don't connect with this person. Vice versa, you meet someone and you're like, I love this person. I want to keep talking to them. I want to go out with them. I want to connect with them. I want to see them, right? There's two differentiating factors in that. And you're asking yourself, what is it? Energy doesn't lie. It doesn't lie, guys. Because energy is so real that we are not able to see it. It's an intangible asset. That being said, you can make it tangible in yourself. Showing up authentically, showing up with self-love, showing up with self-worth, but also showing up with empathy for the other person, compassion for them, and overall understanding of what your conversation, what your relationship will be like. So, this is going to start with the programming of yourself, accepting that there are nonverbal factors, there are non-visible factors in this process of connecting. So, once you understand that, I know it's something that it's a little difficult to get your head around. There's a lot of scientific studies on this. I would recommend you guys just search up nonverbal first impressions data, how do we make a good first impression? Just kind of get yourself knowledgeable. I recommend watching The Science of People, Vanessa Van Edwards. She is amazing. I'm probably speaking her words out to you guys right now because she's so influential and she backs all of her data up with science that she's done, studies that she's knowledgeable of. So everything that she speaks is real and everything I'm speaking is real, and we're just putting it in real-time context. So, number two. Once you've established who you are, which sometimes takes some work, I'm not going to lie, because when you have set programmings of how you usually show up and you're going to show up now differently, it's going to be different. So I'll give you guys a little example of how I might have shown up a couple of years ago when I wasn't aware of the conscious and unconscious factors that I might relate onto the person I'm connecting to. I'm just going to fix this belt here. Watch the difference if you can, and maybe try to notice body language differences, tonality differences. All right, let's start it off. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Alissa. Yeah, thank you for taking the time. Yeah, okay, do you want to get started? Okay. It's the first one. Hi, how are you? My name is Alissa. I just want to say thank you for taking the time to speak with me. I'm really excited for this conversation that we're about to have. Yes, do you want to sit down? Okay, perfect. The underlying factor in this, always, will be self-confidence, no matter what. As we stated before, people know when you're not being authentic. Even if you show up wearing your best outfit, even if you show up did up for the day, if you don't feel it, they won't feel it either, baby. I promise you. And that's something that was difficult for me to understand, because I always was like, I can just fake it until I make it. But realistically, that's not true. So, the first thing that I want to say is body language is always going to play an underlying effect. So this is a study that I learned from Vanessa Ben Edwards. So think about this for a second. What is the first thing that we notice when we see somebody? Think really, really hard. I'll give you guys a second. I also got this question wrong. I'm not saying that you're going to get it wrong, but just think about it. All right. I thought that it was their eyes. I was like, I want to see their soul right away. It is actually their hands. And this goes back to our caveman days. We are subconsciously wondering if this person has a sword, if they have a rock, because back in our caveman days, in our animalistic ways, when we were literally surviving off of animals and just didn't have any resources, we would have predators, right? So our hands subconsciously give off, can I trust you and can I rely on you? So this is a very open gesture. When I'm doing this, you probably feel like, wow, some sort of way towards me, like I can just trust her that she's open. Yeah, hi, my name is Alyssa. Yeah, amazing. I can't even speak properly with my hands behind my back. Subconsciously, our mind is going crazy right now. You might even feel uneasy. What is she doing behind there? I want to know where her hands are. They're right here, guys. Nothing to worry about. Just be mindful of that. Now that I'm knowledgeable about this, I'm always watching people's hands. I'm trying to kind of understand, like, what are their hands doing? What are their hands signifying to me? Be mindful of your hands. And I'm also Italian. I'm going to just put that out there. And everyone has this stigma Italiano, that they parla, they talk like this. And I'm like, why do Italians talk like this? Like, what is this meaning towards it? And body language, it shows that not only you know that you're speaking with your mind, but you're backing it up with something physical. So I know what I'm speaking on two levels, not just verbal, but physical. That is a huge, huge factor, because not only are you believing me, you're believing my hands. So for instance, if I say, I have a really big idea, your mind is going to believe my hand gestures more than my mouth. What if, for instance, I say this, I have 5 big ideas for you guys right now. Your mind is going to believe, you're going to say, no, you have 4. That's why hands have such a pivotal role in your influence. Influence now can be defined as how you are as a person. You can be an influencer just by showing up as you. You're influencing people, which is beautiful in itself, because you are your own product. You are selling yourself in a beautiful way if you do it correctly. We are non-verbally giving off cues that are not working in our favor. And unfortunately, we are not taught this. We are probably not aware of it until someone says something, or maybe until you feel it yourself. That's what happened with me. So, another amazing thing that I've learned is tonality, our voice, our vocal cords. This is something amazing. Amazing. It's a gift from God to be able to speak and to be able to communicate with people. I listen to people's voices, and I resonate with certain voices, and some voices I do not resonate with, and that's okay. They're just not my people. So for instance, even over a phone call, hearing someone's voice, it could be very like monotone and not a lot of expression in their voice. And then there's people like my mom who speaks very animated, and she's so fun, and I feel her energy through the phone, and that's my type of people. But maybe to some, they're like, that's just honestly too much for me. And that's totally understandable, because we're not all going to relate. We're not going to all have mutual ideas and aspects on life, so that's okay. But understanding who you are, putting your best foot forward so people get the best first impression of you. So tonality is a really big one. How you speak is how people are going to perceive you in the first millisecond. Just by saying hi, hello, there's a very big difference, okay? There's huge. So I'll give you guys an example. This is also a Vanessa Van Edwards example. I just love her, and I just want to relate all the information she has taught me. So, for instance, if you're in a negotiation with a business partner, right? My fee is $5,000. Vocal pitch raise, unsure of yourself. Whereas someone who knows their value, my fee is $5,000. Period. Right? So in the first situation, in that example, the person that they're communicating with can say, maybe I can negotiate with this person. They don't seem very firm on their pricing. Maybe I can change it. But the second, very firm. Very, very firm. All right. So lastly, I want to leave you with another Vanessa Van Edwards example, is gifting people. So if you guys are aware of the chemical reactions that go on in our brain, we have dopamine, we have oxytocin, we have serotonin. These are the love drugs. These are the happiness drugs. These are the feelings that we love to feel as human beings because they make us feel good. And who wouldn't want to make someone feel good, right? So gifting people is kind of learning how can we release these chemicals for the other person in a non-weird, manipulative way, just with love and light, genuinely speaking. All right, so for instance, you want to gift people certain feelings. So for instance, if I were to say, thank you so much for taking the time. I just wanted to say you're an amazing interviewer. I feel really special. You made me feel amazing. I just want to say that you relate everything so perfectly. You're gifting that person. Now the whole day they're going to be like, I'm a great interviewer. And maybe they weren't the best interviewer, but just you saying these things to them, why wouldn't you want them to feel like a great interviewer? Why wouldn't you want them to show up better each and every day, right? Our words are gifts to people. And I relay this to everybody I meet because I love everybody. I want everyone to show up and be their best selves because this world is so much better if everyone's just happy and loving themselves. It's our God-given right to just be happy. So, gift people. Give them cues. Give them words to make them feel good in your presence. Don't make them feel judged. Make them feel loved. And understanding that not everybody is going to love you back. That's the truth. Mi amore, that's the truth. Not everyone will love you back. And I've learned that all the time. All the time. But my people, they do love me back. So showing up as your authentic self will never have you questioning if you were wrong or if you were right. You know in your heart and your soul, I showed up as me. That's the best I can do right now. So I leave you guys with that, and I really hope that this has kind of impacted you in a way that maybe you can show up a little bit differently in your interactions day to daily, like even just at the superstore. How can I practice communicating effectively, right? That's the beautiful thing of being human. We learn every single day. And also a little tip, you can start to watch people on the way that they are communicating and what maybe was good for you. You're like, oh, I really liked how that person just did that, or how they were speaking, or how actually I didn't really like how you just did that. I'm going to try to avoid doing that. And just showing up as the best version of yourself every single day. Why? Because you deserve it. You deserve it. You got another day on earth. You deserve to feel the best. You deserve to be loved inside and out. So I love you guys so much. I hope you have the best day ever, the best life ever, because you deserve it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and also check out Vanessa Van Edwards because she's amazing and she's taught me everything I know. So thank you very, very much for your time. Ciao.